Mr. President, my challenge today is not about the good people of Arizona.
Senate will stand in recess until the call of the chair.
We'll pause.
Protesters are in the building.
Thank you.
We can likely all agree, last year, 2020, was off the charts strange. Well, the calendar year has changed, but the weirdo event trend has not. Just like much in our modern day lives, the bottom line truth about what happened in this past week's storming of the U.S. Capitol building will likely never be known nor fully agreed upon. Reportedly, 5 people have died from this melee. The FBI is now on manhunts for those that were involved, and some lawmakers are calling for President Trump to be impeached and launched from his office before the coming January 20th, 2021 inauguration of Joe Biden. Welcome to 2021. On behalf of SDBullion.com, this is James Anderson with your week's complimentary SD Bullion metals and markets update. If you enjoy our work here, please be sure to smash the video's like button. Subscribe to our channel if you want to continue getting regular updates on silver, gold, and precious metals related market information. Positive silver and gold related news to begin this past week as the Georgia Senate race runoffs were won by both Democrat candidates. Further along in this week's update, we will listen and even go into trillions of more reasons why the Democrats holding a majority of the seats in the U.S. Senate, U.S. Congress, and executive branch is very bullish for bullion in the upcoming 2 years of time. Gold reacted positively to the news of the Georgia Senate runoff Tuesday evening and overnight in Asian trading, only to have billions in notional derivative gold contracts sell off the spot price of gold more than $100 an ounce from Wednesday morning through today's price raid. All this was based on really no fundamental reasoning. Back in late 2015, when President Trump shockingly won the U.S. election, that was like the last time I think I've witnessed chart painting this egregious in the gold market. Apparently, the short-term price discovery powers need to buy both themselves and the system a bit more time. Similar story in the silver market this week. After the bullish silver Georgian election results, the silver spot price appeared to be headed past 28 en route to testing 30 per troy ounce, and then carpet bombing started on Wednesday morning and it raged through midday today, Friday. Silver spot closes the week about 88 cents an ounce lower than where it started the past week. And again, we have many more trillions of upcoming reasons for why the derivative short-term powers are getting so desperate and obvious in their price chart painting efforts. A quick reminder for those who missed the last time silver went near double in a short time frame. It was a decade ago. We started the year with bearish silver price action, only to have a snapback rally, nearly double the price of silver in about 90 days of time. Here is the same early 2011 rally in context of today's now doubled fiat USD M2 pile. Now let's have a listen to what coming presidential-elect Joe Biden said today about some of the first moves he's going to be making in his administration about 2 weeks of time from now.
We're going to be proposing an entire package, and parts of that package are of equal consequence to people. Unemployment insurance, being able to continue with rent forbearance, a whole range of issues. So that's number one. We think that they all have to be dealt with. The price tag will be high. It is necessary to spend the money now. The answer is yes, it will be in the trillions of dollars, the entire package. But it will be, I'll be here next Thursday laying out in detail how that package is going to go. But the basic story is simple, that if we don't act now, things are going to get much worse and harder to get out of the hole later. So we have to invest now. Secondly, we're going to have to meet the emergency needs of the American people. I mean, literally, I know you know this, Ken, that people are having trouble just putting food on the table, just having to keep the payment of their car, maybe even able to turn the lights on. There's a dire, dire need to act now, purely out of what is a humanitarian need here at home. And thirdly, we're going to, in the third stage of this, the whole story is we're going to have to invest, as I suggested throughout the campaign, in infrastructure, in healthcare, and a whole range of things that are going to generate good-paying jobs that will allow us to grow the economy. So that's a long answer to a short question, which is that the idea of with interest rates as low as they are, with the Fed having had its power sort of taken away in terms of what they could do to help this administration like last, it's important across the board. Every major economist thinks we should be investing in deficit spending in order to generate economic growth.
Additional 1,400 fiat Fed note checks and some $2 trillion in green infrastructure spending, much of which should be solar and silver intensive, appears to be the starting salvos of the Biden administration. It won't be enough to cover the gaps and continued wealth disparity that keeps growing, nor the drop in GDP that's happened for the nation since the viral crisis began, or the collapsed labor participation rate, nor the consumer spending that is well off in our consumer-driven economy. Ultimately, the Democrats and the majority of U.S. citizens polled are now calling for regular 2,000 fiat Fed note checks every month for as long as this COVID crisis continues. UBI, or Universal Basic Income, is now being test piloted in multiple major cities across the nation. Monthly helicopter funds remain a real possibility later in this administration's tenure. It will likely come gift-wrapped with a direct fiat Fed coin account for wide and immediate adoption. Barring a wide-spectrum financial sell-off and market crash anytime soon, expect the silver spot price to come raging back from this week's carpet bombing. And note, too, that the gold-silver ratio moving back into the 60s is literally only one bullish silver trading day away. Turning now to the raging stock market bubble ongoing, the NASDAQ index now makes the 1999 mania look like child's play. We were told this week that on paper, supposedly Elon Musk of Tesla is now the world's richest person, while too the world's oldest central bank had an official publicly signaling to the world the obvious fact that central banks will be buying stocks directly when this passive investment bubble begins popping and feeding in on itself. Not taking dividend reinvestments, nor company bankruptcies into full account along the way, this chart illustrates gold's performance versus the smaller Dow Jones Index and broader S&P 500 index throughout this full fiat currency era. Same chart, but this time measured by silver's full fiat era performance. It will take silver moving towards triple digits likely before another spike pierces the stock performance bubble ongoing. More simple to see is perhaps the full fiat era Dow gold ratio, which stands near 16 at the moment. A run back towards 10 and beyond 2011's low towards 5 is very possible in this Biden administration's coming tenure. On the silver side of this full fiat era, note the gap between where we are now versus the 2011 lows. If we are indeed setting up for a major commodity bull later this decade, rotating out of high-priced stocks into hard silver bullion assets should pay handsomely in valuation and purchasing power gains for those with the foresight to do so now. After all, the soon-to-be president is coming into office with trillions more fiats stuttering off his silver tongue. All the ingredients lead me to believe that we are likely headed to bullion shortages and fast gap-ups in bullion values in the coming years unfolding. That's all for this week. As always, please take great care of yourselves and those you love. If you enjoyed this content, be sure to give our video a thumbs up. To keep getting bullion-related news and industry insights, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Finally, hit that alert button so you know when we publish fresh content. Give us your thoughts in the comments below. Let us know what you think and which topics you want to hear more about.